Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota, this is the best music-oriented podcast and web series on all of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roger Radio Show. I am Roger Radio.
And I'm Aegis on Levity of the entire band group.
You ready, boy? Because I'm fucking hyped for today. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, this here is a tribute of sorts to my main guy, Zach Top. Don't you got one? Oh, yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Down with Hitler.
And, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started with today's podcast, the question is, what is your most favorite country song?
Beer for my horses.
Who's that by?
I can't remember. Willie Nelson is in it. It's hold up.
Yeah, while you look that up quick, my favorite country song of all time is Highwayman by the Highwaymen.
It was Beer for My Horses is a song recorded by American country artists Toby Keith and Willie Nelson.
Ooh, Toby Keith, he's a good artist right there. He just passed away not long ago, sadly.
Really? Damn.
Yep. He was still young, too, so, yeah, rest in peace, Toby Keith, one of the good ones.
How old was he?
I don't know, actually. Let me look that up quick.
He was 62.
Yeah, but it's still pretty young if you ask me, you know?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, so there was a quick change of plans that we had to make literally at the last second. We were going to review System of a Down's 2005 album, Mesmerize, as part of a two-parter that we were going to do because of two companion albums that System of a Down made that Aegis wanted to do, which is Mesmerize and Hypnotize. But because
they were released 20 years ago.
Yep, 20-year anniversary. But because of a recent award show that just happened a couple days ago, I decided we're going to put those albums on hold for now. And instead, we're going to talk about the Country Music Awards. Aegis, do you have anything you want to say? You got one thing that you wanted to say.
I mean, country's all right, I guess.
What about Beyonce? There was something...
Oh, yeah. Beyonce's album didn't even get a single nomination.
Exactly! Cool. Exactly! No shit! That is the only good thing that has fucking happened this whole entire year is that the Country Music Awards did not once nominate that stupid bitch's fucking album for anything. That gives you an idea that there is still a good award show out there. The Grammys need to learn their lesson. The American Music Awards need to learn their lesson. And the MTV VMAs need to learn their fucking lesson as well. I mean, do you have an idea that this fucking album that Beyonce made is the greatest crime against country music? Fuck you, you dumb motherfuckers! Fuck you!
So passionate about your fucking podcast, dude.
Not only that, dude, but at least Post Malone's nomination for his album shows that his album is better than Beyonce's. You and I have been right the whole fucking time. I fucking called it. I called it long before we started this podcast. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss the 59th Annual Country Music Association Awards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that country music is one of the OG genres that at least kind of came like after, I would say, Americana and folksy music has kind of been like the first thing, in my opinion. Then jazz and blues, and then country is right there in the mix. And one man who I could credit for making country music what it is, Hank Williams. He is I know a lot of people will be like, but what about Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and all of them? Hank Williams was way before them.
Yeah.
All right, so this took place on a couple days ago on November 19th of this year at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, which makes sense that it'd be in Nashville, considering Nashville is like the country music capital, just like how jazz is capital, is New Orleans. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, the person who hosted it, her name is Lainey Wilson, and let me tell you something. My dear friend Jim Malwitz, big shout out to you, Big Jim. He is such a diehard fan of her. I believe, as of right now, she is the queen of country music of this century. That's how popular she's gone over the last couple years.
She hosted it though?
Yes, she hosted it,
Didn't she
and
also have a bunch of nominations?
yes, she did. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. In addition to her getting 6 nominations, Megan Maroney and Ella Langley also got 6 nominations each too. That
Damn.
you could be so surprised. Like, I know a whole lot of people give country music today a whole lot of shit, but there is still good music that's out there. And I would know because I'm a huge country guy myself. I'm from Hill City, and our two biggest music genres from Hill City that we listen to are classic rock and country. Before we get into this, there are a couple milestones that I do want to talk about that were included here. The first one was that Brooks and Dunn became the most awarded act in CMA history with 20 wins overall, including their 16th win for Vocal Duo of the Year in this ceremony. Brooks and Dunn, one of the OGs from late 80s, early 90s, and country music was still awesome back then. You could hear
Okay.
a change in production for like country music from the 80s to the 90s, but 90s country was still very good. Lainey Wilson became the third woman to win Female Vocalist of the Year 4 years in a row, which was previously accompanied by Miranda Lambert and Reba McEntire. Now, the next one was Miranda Lambert and Reba McEntire are tied with the most Female Vocalist of the Year nominations all time with 18. Now,
See, there's one thing the
yeah,
main thing that I don't like about country music is the way the vocals sound. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's just not for me. It just sounds too country, you know?
huh, yep. The
Some
next
people like
milestone
that. It's
was
it's just not for me.
yeah. The next milestone was this is only the third ceremony to have multiple women leading nominations. It happened previously in 2013 with Casey Musgraves and Taylor Swift, who was a country artist before she switched over to pop music. And last time before that was 1986 with the Judds and Reba McEntire. The final milestone was that Lainey Wilson became the fourth host to win Entertainer of the Year the same year when they hosted the ceremony. Barbara Mandrell in 1980 and 1981, Vince Gill in 1993 and 1994, and of course, the one and only Brad Paisley in 2010.
Oh, this fucking my back itches and I can't reach it.
Get a back scratcher.
Okay, I'll go buy a back scratcher right now. I'll be right back.
All All right, so let's see. What else do we have here? There is actually not a whole lot of categories, surprisingly, for this, but we will get into that. But I will say this off the record right now. I know that country music does not get a whole lot of exposure these days. You know, like all the musicians who keep getting nominated for the Grammys. There is one reason, and that is the majority of time. I don't know how much percentage, but it would be a higher percentage. There is a good percentage of country artists who are mostly Republicans.
Ew.
So you could see why people would like turn a chin or whatever, you know, turn the other cheek on them.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it, anyways, and it kind of makes perfect sense, you know. Shall we get into the performances?
Yeah.
So there is a one performance that I wanted to get to first. I ended up writing it down as a last note, but I wanted to make sure I get this right now because I want to try and do all the performances in chronological order. And this one here, I completely spaced on, but I managed to get it in time. It was Lainey Wilson doing a medley of iconic songs, which were White Horse, Hillbilly Deluxe, You Look Like You Love Me, Redneck Woman, Need You Now, Gunpowder and Lead, a bar song, Tipsy, Crush that she did with the lead singer for Little Big Town, and Where the Blacktop Ends with Keith Urban. She basically went into
Yeah.
the audience and sang to the nominees, but while she was there in the audience singing Girl Crush, the female singer, let me see if I can find who it was quick.
No, Lainey Wilson. Is she new to the country music scene?
She's been around for like a couple years, give or take, but she's really good.
Right, yeah,
Ah,
because I've
yes, it
never
was
heard of her.
Yep, I just found what I needed. Give me a quick moment. See if I can find where the fucking. Ba, 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 ba. I'm trying to find where all the members are at. Where the hell are the members at? Come on, you're supposed to be helping me here.
Come on.
It's
You're supposed to
it
be
was
helping me
Karen
here.
Fairchild. It was Karen Fairchild that started singing with her. Like she was just there in the audience, and as Lainey was singing to her, she just pulled out a microphone she had in her pocket, which I hope
Hmm.
didn't pick up any shitting or farts or whatnot. And she started singing along, and that was nice. Then we got the legendary Keith Urban, who is a huge staple in country music, at least for the modern sound of it. But he's been around for like 30 plus years. He was married to Nicole Kidman.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's from Australia, but you can't even hear it in when you hear him singing. He doesn't sound Australian, but he's Australian, dude, literally, you know. And considering that Keith Urban did get divorced recently from Nicole Kidman, I was surprised that he just looked well, he didn't look sad or anything like that. He looked like nothing was going on, kind of thing. And like how
Okay.
some people could do that at times, because like the audience would expect you to be like in certain moods because of something that happens, but you're able to keep a
Yeah.
straight face. That's what I was kind of seeing from him anyway. Did you watch that performance? Or how much
Yes,
of
I
the
did.
performances did you watch when I
I
sent you
watched
the
I
info?
watched I watched every video performance that they had on that channel for
All
the
right, perfect.
Country Music Awards.
Beauty. Alrighty, so the next performance that we had was by Luke Combs performing Back in the Saddle. Dude, did you see that stage setup he did? It looks like, the paths
With
that
all
they
the
have at the
fire and
road.
flames and shit.
Yeah,
It was like
it's
something
like,
you'd see at fucking WWE event.
right for the flames anyway. But like the
Yeah.
setup that they have, it's like, when you have to lead like the bulls or the horses at rodeos for that, that's what it looked like
Hmm.
literally. But I was going to say, like the fire that I saw, in addition to it looking like, at wrestling events, it almost looked, it was kind of like, I can't remember if it's supposed to be related to, Taurus the Bull or anything like that, as a cute little rodeo reference and all that. But overall, like the performance was really good. Um, like Luke Combs, he has been like a huge name in country for like a few years, and he does have some good
Yeah.
stuff. The only thing that I just cannot fucking stand was the fact that he had to do a cover song of Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. That right there kind of annoyed me. But I like Luke Combs. The
Yeah, I thought
next,
Back in the Saddle was a pretty cool song. It was a bit more rocky than country, but
yeah,
I
well,
know country these days is it's not how it used to be.
yeah. Well, there was some country songs that I did hear that do sound kind of oldsy like,
Yeah.
or you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Aside from all the production that they now put into it, because it's the 21st century, it's 2025. You're gonna be expecting to hear that, but there is some stuff that'll sound like it's back in the 80s or 90s that are playing today. And that's kind of how I felt with our next entertainer, which was Zach Top playing just simply
Zach Top
guitar.
guitar. That
Yep.
song was very country. That sounded like a real country song right there, guitar.
Yeah. And here's the
Country
thing.
as hell.
Zach Top, he's new to the country scene, and I'm already a fucking huge Zach Top fan. The stage, or the platform that they were on, dude, it was literally a fucking guitar, dude.
Hmm.
That's what I loved about that stage, dude. But with most of these artists here, they obviously were not, overexposed, or, they didn't put a whole lot into their shows, like we saw with the MTVs, VMAs.
Yeah.
They were kind of like almost kind of a little laid back, with the Americana Music Awards that we did a while back. I mean,
No, I
if,
really like Zach Top's guitar. It was very country, as I said.
right? Like I
Didn't you
said,
have
dude,
something to say about his performance?
dude, Zach Top, he is a newcomer in the country scene, but I'm already a fucking huge Zach Top fan. I loved his performance.
Didn't you say something about?
Yeah, we will get into that when we get into that, all right? Yeah, you
Okay,
just
okay.
gotta be patient with me, all right? The next performance that we did see was Megan Maroney 6 months later, but here's the thing. There was no clip of it on YouTube. We literally had to go on the Country Music Awards' YouTube channel so we could prepare for this, ladies and gentlemen. They did not have a clip of her performance, but she did
Okay, I
perform
didn't
the
see it.
song. Yeah, here's the thing. Megan Maroney, she did perform 6 months later, and she did perform on the second stage at the MTV Video Music Awards. So I would kind of assume that that's probably what the performance at the CMAs would look like. It's kind of like her performance at the MTV VMAs. That's just my opinion anyway. I really wouldn't know. If anyone did watch the CMAs, and if you guys did watch her performance, let us know in the comments of how it was. But I do love Megan Maroney too. I do love her song. I even downloaded 6 months later, and I just been repeating it, playing it on repeat, man. I still cannot get over that acoustic guitar that she played during her MTV VMA performance, dude. Like, oh my god, that must have cost a lot.
Hmm.
You know? Now, the next one is another performance by another legend, Chris Stapleton, playing Bad as I Used to Be. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really a fan of that song that he
I
played,
wasn't either.
but I do like Chris Stapleton's music. Dude, he plays one of my favorite drinking songs, dude, Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
Tennessee Whiskey. And I can't remember the rest of the lyrics, honestly, because I'm too drunk to listen to them on, obviously, Tennessee Whiskey. So, but it wasn't not another basic performance. It was very nice, I mean, it's Chris fucking Stapleton. If you don't like him, I don't know what to tell you, people. The next performance is by Chelsea Ballerini, and it's "I Sit in Parks." Um, there's a whole lot of notes that I gotta say about her performance here.
I thought the vocals were good. The song itself, I found kind of boring.
I literally wrote the same thing too, bro. Here's the thing. Like, she was literally just sitting there on a swing around what looks like, obviously, like how farmlands look and whatnot,
Yeah.
or, near ranches. That's what it looked like. The background that was in the background, it almost, for the skyline, the coloring almost reminded me of one of the artworks that was done by One Republic for their song, I Ain't Worried, that they did for the Top Gun Maverick soundtrack.
Hmm.
And then, dude, halfway through the song, they actually did what Sabrina Carpenter fucking did for her performance during the MTV VMAs, is that they made it rain. She literally fucking copied Sabrina Carpenter right there. But instead of saying it in a back alleyway in New York City where I'm probably going to get robbed and shot and probably raped, but it was, instead of in that, it was in a fucking farmland. That's all I gotta say about it. Overall,
All right.
Chelsea
Yeah.
Ballerini, the song for me was okay, but I do like Chelsea Ballerini.
Then we got the Red Clay Strays,
I
a
actually,
song called People Hatin'. I
I
actually
actually
really like
liked
this
that
song.
performance.
Me too, me too. Yeah,
You
I
know
wrote
what?
down this was
Go ahead.
going through this from like in order. This was my favorite song so far when I listened to it. But that does change later on in my notes.
Yeah,
But at that point, this was my favorite song so far.
the one thing that I really liked about it mostly, dude, was the
The
lead
lyrics.
singer. The
Yeah.
lyrics and even the lead singer, who I assume his name is Brandon Coleman because I looked at the names of the people. They're kind of like a new band also. He
Yeah.
had that look that was like Johnny Cash, but but if you took off the glasses, dude, he could have passed for a Johnny Cash right there, dude. There was something about him. It felt like he was controlling the show, domineering the show, but in a very good way. He was feeling powerful, is how I would say it. I liked him. I liked the lead
Yeah.
singer. Yeah, that was another great performance right there. It was another basic performance right there too. But yeah, like I said, amazing. Mwah, amazing indeed. Here's the next one. Steven Wilson Jr., Stand By Me. It was basically just him playing an acoustic guitar, really layered down country right there. Just one acoustic guitar and that's it.
Out of all the songs, that one was actually my favorite.
It felt genuine, didn't it?
It did. It did. I also really liked his voice, which is uncommon as within country music, as I said earlier.
Right? I really did like how they really dimmed the lights down and you could see like lights like in the crowd, but they were obviously, taking pictures of doing the flash and whatnot, but it looked pretty
Yeah.
cool. The only thing was that I think at certain parts I could hardly hear the music, so I had to turn my TV up a little bit so I could hear it better, but the performance was great. Oh, this one is probably one of my most favorite ones. Kenny Chesney's performances. Two classics that he did. American Kids and When the Sun Goes Down. Obviously, they did a projection in the background of American Kids. I would assume that maybe it was a old music video he recorded. I don't know. But it's really good to see that that was still a good tune and that
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney can still perform really good. And he's been in this for a long time as well.
Yeah. And another thing I liked about Kenny Chesney's performances is they both were very country. They sounded like country music.
Exactly. Exactly. And you hardly hear that. But when you get fucking people like Beyonce trying to ruin it, dude, that's a tarnish on not his legacy, but everyone else's. So
And
I do have a couple notes I want to say for When the Sun Goes Down, which is one of his biggest songs. He obviously walks to the main stage, right there, and did another, and just performed there. And the one thing that really hit me was at the end of that song, they did like a photo or showed a photo of Brett James as like a tribute because Brett James sadly was among three who were killed in a plane crash in North Carolina. He was only
Damn.
57, and he was a Grammy winning songwriter too. So I thought, and I assumed that Kenny Chesney and Brett James both go way back. So it was nice to see that he really did do a tribute right there. If you, I mean, there's a whole lot of award shows that we have watched where they did tributes. We saw the one with Ozzy Osbourne for the MTV VMAs. We saw that they did a tribute for Brian Wilson and Chris Cornell for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, dude. And it's very nice to see that we can actually fucking see these tributes being done at award shows. If and more of these award shows can follow by that example, they could actually be more watchable than the bullshit that we are seeing right now.
Right, next on my list, I have Old Dominion played
Yep.
next.
They ended up doing like a combination of songs. It was 1 minute of each song, but it's obviously their biggest music there. It's a Break Up With Him, Memory Lane, One Man Band, Hotel Camp, and Snapback. I did love the middle stage that they performed in. Did you see that stage?
I did, but I don't remember what the hell it looked like.
It looked like I was watching. Yeah, it looked circular and it had lights. It was kind of like in the middle of the crowd there, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance. Wasn't too crazy for it, but I thought it was good.
They have some really good tunes, like Old Dominion. They've been around for at least a few years now. I can't remember how long, but a few years at least. Oh, this is the next one that I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull that up for you. This next song,
Let me whip this out.
Shabuzi and Steven Wilson Jr. singing "Took a Walk." That was a song that was on the soundtrack for the movie The Long Walk, which was written by Stephen King.
Really?
Yes.
The Long Walk it was called?
Yes.
Not familiar with that one.
I think it was a new book that he wrote recently. Let me look it up quick. I think it might have been, if I remember
Yeah, I think
correctly.
you're right.
Oh, it's a
Yep. It's a new
1979
one.
novel.
Yeah, the movie was this year.
2025. Yep. And
Huh. That
yep,
explains why I never heard of it.
yep. Basically, the story is about like they're on an escort mission, but they have to escort whoever at gunpoint or some shit like that, and they can't stop walking.
No,
But
that song, that song Took a Walk, honestly, was my third favorite out of all the songs.
dude, there was something about that song that actually fucking hit me to the core, literally.
Yeah,
You want to know something else too? The background that they had there with the sky and the coloring of the grass. I want you to
yeah.
right now look up the album cover for David Gilmour's "Rattle That Lock."
Wow, that's awesome.
That's what it reminded me of, literally.
Yeah.
But like I said, dude, that song out of all of them was the one that hit me to the fucking core, literally. All right, next up is Ring Finger by Lainey Wilson. Is it my imagination or did it not feel like a performance that they would play at Wheel of Fortune? Or any game show. It's what it literally felt like to me with all the dancers they had and with how Lainey Wilson was dressed
Oh,
and
I see
then
what you mean now.
the freaking circular thing in the background. It almost looked like it was a game show thing. Even the music sounded like it was a game show. Literally. I honestly don't have a whole lot of thoughts about this song. I thought it was decent, but I'm
I thought
not a
the same.
huge fan.
I put down it was all right, I guess.
Yeah, that's just my take on it anyway. So, you have anything else to say about that song?
No.
Alrighty, let's move on. The next one is Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton with A Song to Sing, which is probably the most fucking basic name of a song I ever seen in my life. I did love the setup,
Yeah.
the old disco ball, which is like the last thing you would see like at any country performance. You know, I honestly don't know how disco balls and country music can mix. I thought it was a good song. I would listen to it again.
I mean, it was all right. It's not a song I'd go out of my way to listen to, but if it was playing, I was like, I don't mind this, you know?
Yeah, I no. The thing is, like with Miranda Lambert, I don't listen to her a whole lot, but if she's playing on the air, I'll listen to her. Next up, we got Worst Way by Riley Green, another basic setup, and I fucking love the song. I definitely added it to my next where it's called Worst Way is what it's called, but I definitely put it on my list of songs I'm gonna download.
I thought it was all right. It
Yeah.
wasn't for me.
Okay, so I don't know what it is about this next one here, but for some reason the performance for this next one here, it felt like it was one of those what the fuck moments for me. It was Ella Langley singing Choosing Texas, and it was basically her band in the background with like giant stars in the background of them singing or performing while there was a couple dancing on the main
Yeah.
stage.
I thought
And
it was pretty good. I kind of liked it.
yeah, you know, here's the thing: those dancers that were there, they don't even show their faces. They did not show their faces at all. So it's almost like one of those mystery kind of things. Like, who are they? Who are they? Professional, like people who might go on to do Dancing with the Stars or whatever. You know?
Out of all the female performances, this one was the best in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I thought it was decent, you know, but I just wanted to try and love it, you know. But I don't know what it was honestly about it. So. Next up, we got Tucker Wetmore, Wind Up Missing You. I did love the performance for this too. I love the song. Another one I'm going to download. And it's basically another basic stage setup, you know?
And it was very country too. It was a very country
Oh,
song.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And here's the thing though, too. A lot of these songs they were performing, they're all brand new. They're all songs that have been released within the either within the past year, past 6 months to a year. That's what fucking gets me about this.
And next up, we have my least favorite song.
Oh god, I know what you're talking about, dude. Oh, fucking Big X the Plug and Luke Combs with Pray Hard. Dude, I do like the background that they did, the fire in the background, but seriously, dude, fuck off with this goddamn song, dude.
It doesn't
Fuck
help that I
off.
just do not like rap music. I do not like rap music.
Country and rap do not fucking mix. And these fucking idiots don't understand it.
Yeah, it wasn't for me either.
But right before we continue on, there is another song that was performed. It was by Brandy Carlisle and Patty Loveless called "When I Call Your Name," which was a honorary song that they did for Vince Gill for his Lifetime Achievement Award that we will get into, but that's the other song that did not have a clip on YouTube. So we really can't talk about it now, can we? Can we? Since the performances did take us a little bit to get through, what do you say we take a break quick before we get to the awards?
Okay, sounds fine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Hank Williams Sr. with my son Hank Williams Jr., and welcome back to the Roger Radio Show. We have just covered the performances. Now we are going to get into the main stuff, the awards. There are 16 different categories that we are going to go through. I am, when it comes to like these certain award shows for like certain stuff and whatnot, the categories you expect to be a lot shorter, but it is what it is, right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
So I'm going into this part blind. I haven't listened to all of them like I did for the fucking Grammys, which I kind of regret.
Yeah, I do kind of have an idea because, of course, I did listen to a lot of this stuff. So, there was a whole lot of presenters that were there. And obviously, we didn't watch them, but a lot of the presenters that were there included Billy Ray Cyrus and Elizabeth Hurley presenting Single of the Year. Leanne Morgan introduced Zach Top. Gretchen Wilson and Neo presented Vocal Duo of the Year. Leanne Rimes, Chris O'Donnell, and Jessica Capshaw presented New Artists of the Year. Billy Bob Thornton introduced the Red Clay Strays. Kimberly Perry and Grace Van Patten presented Song of the Year. Bailey Zimmerman introduced Old Dominion. Steve Martin and Allison Brown presented Album of the Year. Bert Kreischer introduced... I don't know. It ain't that. He introduced Shabuzi and Steven Wilson Jr. Jordan Davis and Lauren Daigle presented Vocal Group of the Year. Cody Johnson introduced Lainey Wilson. My man, Cody Johnson. Alan Richson introduced Riley Green. Brandon Lake and Laura Spencer presented Male Vocalist of the Year. George Strait, the other legend in the country scene, he presented the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award to Vince Gill, which we will get to soon. Lady A, or Lady Antebellum, presented Female Vocalist of the Year. And of course, the one and only Keith Urban presented Entertainer of the Year. I think that's a good presenting line.
Yeah.
Like when you get a bunch of these legends in the country scene, you expect that they're going to be there. The one thing I was very saddened by was that when I watched this, it wasn't Willie Nelson that presented the Lifetime Achievement Award. Because it is, of course, named after him. I mean, he's the reason why all these country artists can rebel against the music industry. That was basically what the outlaw country scene was about. It was standing up against the corporation. Give the power to the musician. You know, just like power to the people kind of thing, like what Rage Against the Machine preaches in their music. Okay. First up, we got Entertainer of the Year, and the award obviously goes to Lainey Wilson. And the other candidate nominees were Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, and Morgan Wallen. Now, I'll be honest with you, man. With a lot of these, when I read them, dude, I was very torn because I like a whole lot of these people.
Yeah.
It's so tough for me to choose.
I'm unfamiliar with most of the musicians we will be talking about in this section.
What's that?
Out of all the artists we're going to go over there, I'm not going to recognize a lot of the names of the musicians and bands.
Okay, I got you, man.
Just
Now,
just giving y'all a heads up before y'all are like, how do you not know who this fucker is? I don't
uh,
know who any of these fuckers are.
ladies and gentlemen, just remember Aegis right here. He's a progressive rock guy, art rock guy, experimental rock guy. He's basically a nerd.
If it's weird, if it's unique, I like it.
Yeah, exactly. But progressive rock, another good genre though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, dude, if we did not like progressive rock, dude, do you really think that we would have made that fucking podcast episode about it?
Once I'm rich and famous, we're gonna have our own fucking award show where we go over all the fucking unsung heroes of the fucking year, you know?
Exactly.
Of all the
Restrict
best albums and musicians that no one heard of.
Exactly, yes. I would like to call it the Underdogs Award Show, because they do feel like underdogs, if you know what I mean. Like those
All right.
dedicated to unknowns or like people who you would listen to at my old radio station and whatnot. That's what my old radio station was doing, was playing a lot of underdogs and unknowns, which I really liked about it. Because you don't have to be restricted to fucking the bigger names that are out there. There is a whole lot of other beautiful music that's out there, and a lot of people,
Exactly.
and there's a whole lot of people that keep turning their fucking cheek to it. Anyways, for entertainer of the year, dude, god damn it, I like them all so much, man. Lainey Wilson, I've only listened to a few times, and like I said, there is a reason why I would consider her as the queen of country music of this century right now. But
So
me, dude,
I
I
listened to a
me,
little bit of Laney Wilson, a little bit of Luke Combs, and a little bit of Chris Stapleton, and out of those three, I liked Chris Stapleton the most.
yeah, me, I would have I would have picked Cody Johnson. I
Yeah,
like Cody Johnson. I love his
I haven't
music.
listened to his music, so I can't say.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, if you ain't doing anything afterwards, we might as well tune into some country music, give you a little taste right there. I mean, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, I'm trying to get this motherfucker into a lot of other music too, and so far it's kind of been working. But it's still kind of like,
See, it's easier to find music that I would normally listen to that I like. It's
yeah.
harder to find music that I would normally listen to that I'm going to go back to and listen again on my own.
Right? That could be another good quote from you right there. All right, so album of the year, Lainey Wilson once again wins it with her album Whirlwind, and then the nominees were "Am I Okay" by Megan Maroney, "Cold Beer and Country Music" by Zach Top, "F1 Trillion" by Post Malone, and "I'm the Problem" by Morgan Wallen. Now, I've listened to all of these, and
I've
for
only
me,
listened to
it's
F1 Trillion.
what's that?
I've only listened to F1 Trillion, and that was for the Grammys video.
Yeah, me, it's a two-way tie right now. It's between Zach Top and Post Malone for me. One of them should have won it, honestly. Morgan
Zach
Wallen,
Top
I
wins
have
my
lit.
vote because he has
I
beer in the title of his album.
right. Morgan Wallen's "I'm the Problem." I have listened to that album, but there was only a couple songs I liked. I wouldn't listen to the whole thing. Like I said, Post Malone, dude, like I am even surprised that he was even fucking nominated. And does his nomination for this mean he might become a full-fledged country artist now?
I don't
It
fucking
feels
know.
like he might be now at this point. But that remains to be seen right now. We'll have to see what his next album looks like whenever it comes out. Because I know he releases something like once every 1 or 2 years. So I guess we'll see what his next album will be.
Male
The,
vocalist of the year, Ghosts of Me. Just kidding. Roger wins that one. Roger wins it. He's got the voice of an angel.
Cody Johnson, my main guy, dude. I'm happy with this choice. I am very satisfied with this choice. The nominees also were Luke Combs, Chris Stapleton, Zach Top, and Morgan Wallen. Like I said, Cody Johnson, I love his music, dude. I have became a
Yeah.
huge Cody Johnson fan within the past year and a half. So this is a definite big good choice, is what I meant to say. Now, female vocalist of the year, not surprising, it's Lainey Wilson who wins it. The nominees were also Chelsea Ballerini, Miranda Lambert, Ella Langley, and Megan Maroney. Tough choice right here. She definitely does deserve it, but for me, it would be basically a tie between her and Miranda Lambert for me. Or even
Okay.
Ella Langley or Megan Maroney, like all of them are really good, It's just so tough to pick.
Who is the one who did that song I choose in Texas?
No, Ella Langley,
All right, she gets my vote for that one.
right?
Out of all the female country singers I listened to for this video, she had my favorite voice.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Ladies Man. What did you think of how they look?
I don't remember.
Dude, I don't know what it is. Why is it that the female country artists look way more good than the other fucking music artists?
Mhm.
Like,
I don't know. I think Billie Eilish is kind of cute.
oh yeah, she is. Definitely without a doubt, No, but I can't remember. Is she gay or is she straight though? Like, that's the one
You're
thing I've
asking the
always
wrong
wondered.
guy.
Huh?
You're asking the wrong guy. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly can't remember, to be honest with you. I know she's an advocate for gay rights, though. I do know that. But I could be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Don't quote me on it. Oh, dude, vocal group of the year, the Red Clay Strays.
I thought they were pretty good. I kind of liked them.
Dude, I fucking like their lead vocalist, dude. There was something about him with his, like I said, with his dominating on the stage, dude. I really did like. He was commanding the ship.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
He did look sharp as hell, dude. He really did. In addition to them, the nominees also were Lady A, Little Big Town, Old Dominion, and oh,
Rascal Flatts.
Rascal Flatts, dude. I fucking love Rascal Flatts. If it wasn't Red Clay Strays, I would have definitely picked Rascal Flatts for this. I'm so.
What's a song by Rascal Flatts I might know? I've heard of the name.
Life is a
Can't name
Highway.
any songs.
Is it Life
I
is
know
a
that
Highway?
one. I've heard that one before. Yeah.
That song is not only my most favorite Rascal Flatts song, but it's among my 100 favorite songs of all time. They originally broke up back in 2017 or 2018, but then they ended up reuniting again. Oh yeah, I see what happened. Why they got nominated? It's because of their recent album they released, which is pretty much just a. I think they're. I can't remember if this is like a re-updated versions of like their old songs that they did. I want to look quick. Oh yeah, it is. No, they basically redid their songs, but they ended up having special guests in here. Like I'm looking at their title track. It's for Life is a Highway Refueled Duets. They have oh, what the fuck? They had Jonas Brothers for their opening song? Really? Jonas Brothers? Really, Rascal Flatts?
Of all the fucking people, it chose the fucking Jonas Brothers.
Oh, not only that, dude, but for another song, they did What Hurts the Most with the Backstreet Boys. Are you guys a country band or a pop band now? What are
All right,
you?
so vocal duo of the year goes to Brooks and Dunn, it says.
Yep. Brooks and Dunn. Yep. That is another deserved award right there. I do like Brooks and Dunn. They are one of the staples of 90s country. Like, have you ever listened to their stuff?
No.
If you listen to their song Neon Moon, That's from the 90s, dude. I believe that's like their magnum opus song, or at least their biggest song. Like we have a country station that's here called Duke FM. They used to be based in Coleraine, but they relocated a little outside Rapids. But they play a lot of Brooks and Dunn, and they're really good. I like Brooks and Dunn. The
Okay.
other nominees were Brothers Osborne, Dan plus Shay, Maddie and Tay, and the Warren Treaty. I know who the Warren Treaty are. I think they're good too. But I am very satisfied with the winner for vocal duo of the year. I keep saying duel, like let's have a duel. But if it wasn't them, if it wasn't Brooks and Dunn, I would say Brothers Osborne or the Warren Treaty.
Single of the year goes to Roger. He wins the Single of the Year award.
I
Hey, I'm
know that.
single too.
I know what you are referring to, you fucking asshole. This is another one that I'm very torn with. You Look Like You Love Me by Ella Langley, featuring Riley Green. The other nominees were Lainey Wilson, 4X4XU, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma by Luke Combs, Am I Okay by Megan Maroney, and I Never Lie by Zach Top. Okay, so I would have chosen Ain't No Love in Oklahoma or I Never Lie. I Never Lie, I listen to constantly, and then Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, dude, like that's probably my most favorite Luke Combs song, dude. I'm binge listening
Yeah.
to that every time we're at work. Literally. It's from the soundtrack for the new Twisters movie that came out last year.
Yeah.
Because that soundtrack, dude, was basically all country stuff with a lot of these legendary country artists. I think I pretty much read that whole track listing to you for the Twister soundtrack, but I really don't remember honestly. So you didn't listen to these songs, or
No.
okay, yeah. Like I said, "Ain't No Love in Oklahoma" or "I Never Lie" from my picks. Oh, and not only, dude, not only did "You Look Like You Love Me" won Single of the Year, it also fucking won Song of the Year too.
And let's see. It looks like all of the same nominees except for Texas by Johnny Clausen. I almost read that as Johnny fucking Coleslaw for some reason. I'm just gonna, yeah. The song Texas by Johnny Coleslaw, Josh Dorr, Cal Sturrock, and Layla Guzman.
Yeah, I totally get you,
Good old
man.
Johnny Coleslaw.
For me, I would have said "I Never Lie." I would have chosen "I Never Lie" by song for Song of the Year. But I will say this next one I am very happy with, but kind of torn a little bit because there was two others that deserved it. New Artist of the Year. The winner, Zach Top, dude. And what was I telling you about Zach Top when he did his award acceptance speech?
He whipped out one of D's.
Yep, he whipped out a Coors Banquet, man. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah. It's my second favorite beer. Favorite beer is obviously the Voodoo Ranger. Can't be nice Voodoo. But the Banquet is damn good too.
Yeah, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, he's saving money so he can move to the cities too. So that's why he went with Coors Banquets. All right, so in addition to Zach Top, the other nominees were Ella Langley, Shabuzi, Tucker Wetmore, and Steven Wilson Jr. I'm so torn between all of them because I like them all. But Zach
Yep.
Top, he definitely did fucking deserve it. Who would you have picked?
Either, oh, uh, yeah, either Zach Top or Shabuzi.
Exactly, yeah. Like I said, dude, I'm so torn between all of them because they're all really good, And not to mention, all of them did the performances at the CMAs.
Yep.
It's actually amazing that they're even having a lot of new artists now doing the performances at these award shows. I guess it kind of helps the audience or the viewers get to know a little bit of them. I guess it kind of helps the new artists or newcomers showcase what they can do or what they can offer in the music industry. Next up, we got Musician of the Year. And if I understand this correctly, the musician of the year doesn't mean like a solo artist or anything like that. It basically means an instrumentalist of the year. And the winner was Paul Franklin, who performed the steel guitar. The nominees were also Jenny Fleenor, who fiddled. She was a fiddler, you know. Brent Mason, who was a guitarist. Rob McNally, who was also a guitarist, and Derek Wells, who's a guitarist. I guess from what I'm seeing, I guess they were like session instrumentalists for like a lot of these solo country artists.
Session musicians or band members.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see that it doesn't have to be the lead vocalist or anything like that. Because you know, with all these lead vocalists, they're supposed to be like the voice of the band, or when it comes to like talking with the press or being the representative of the group and all that shit. You know.
Yeah.
Just like with the equivalent of Pink Floyd, their main guy was Roger Waters, obviously. And then the Beatles, it was Paul McCartney and John Lennon. The Who was Pete Townsend, even though he wasn't the main vocalist. He was one of the vocalists, but he was still the guy. And then Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. Um, Robert Fripp with King Crimson, for another example, too.
Yeah.
And then
I know. Yeah. Robert Fripp is like the backbone of King Crimson. He was there from the beginning. He's been in every album.
yeah, and he's the only one who's been there
Yes.
from beginning to literally now.
Yep.
That's what gets me is that he is the only one who's been there from beginning. And yet you told me backstage, like behind the scenes, that they have a songwriter who writes their songs for him, even though he's not an official member. He's writing the songs for them.
Yeah. Writing the lyrics.
Well, you know what I mean with that, so.
Yeah.
But, dude, that is a lot of commitment there if you're with the same band for as long as he had been. And meanwhile, it was like a revolving door with all the musicians who came and went. And that's the same with the Steve Miller band, so.
Now we got music video of the year, and I didn't watch any of these music videos. Did you?
Um I think I watched Somewhere Over Laredo and I'm Gonna Love You, but I did not watch the winner, which was You Look Like You Love Me by Ella Langley and Riley Green. The other nominees were Am I Okay by Megan Maroney, I'm Gonna Love You by Cody Johnson, along with Carrie Underwood, who is my most favorite female country artist. Somewhere Over Laredo by Lainey Wilson, and Think I'm in Love with You by Chris Stapleton. I would have
All right.
said either Cody Johnson or Lainey Wilson, honestly. That's just me, anyways. Those are the only music videos that I watched. So,
And we got musical event of the year, which goes to Pour Me a
Post
Drink by
Malone,
Post Malone featuring Blake Shelton.
he actually won something! He actually fucking won something! After a whole year of fucking letdowns and getting fucking screwed up the ass by all these music awards, he actually won something! Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's go! Let's go, man! And dude, what is the name of the song?
Pour me a drink.
Bartender, I'm kind of feeling a little empty here. And not only did it have Post Malone in it, but it also had the one and only Blake Shelton, who is also another legend in the modern era of
Hmm.
country music, as I call it. The other nominees were Riley Green and Ella Langley with Don't Mind If I Do, Brandon Lake alongside with Jelly Roll in Hard Fought Hallelujah. That looks like it sounds like something you could listen to, Mr. Church Guy. Just saying, you know. Then I'm Gonna Love You by Cody Johnson and Carrie Underwood. And then You Had to Be There by Megan Maroney and my boy Kenny Chesney. What? Who would you have picked if it wasn't Post Malone?
Probably Hard Fought Hallelujah.
I think I would have picked I'm Gonna Love You. Like I said, dude, I'm a huge Cody Johnson guy, and nobody can
Right.
talk me out of it. And then finally, we have the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award. And it went to Vince Gill. He has been doing this for 50 plus years.
Damn, boy.
Exactly. He has been doing this since 1976. And I do kind of know a couple of his songs and some of that stuff,
I
but
don't.
it says that he is a 22-time Grammy Award winner, though. The most among
Really?
solo male country music artists in Grammy history.
Damn.
So, yeah. Oh, and
Damn, damn, damn.
dude, he was born on my birthday. So we share the same birthday. Isn't that cool or funny or what? But yeah, he definitely deserved that award without a doubt, man. Without a doubt.
All right, sweet. If I ever
All
need to
right.
remember your birthday, all I have to do is look up Vince Gill.
Yep. Yep. If you have to remember it. So, alrighty. So, finally, we have the international awards. The International Artist Achievement Award went to Morgan Wallen. He is another great artist. Even though there were a couple incidents where he got drunk as hell and like said racial slurs, dude, like you
It's like the guy
cannot
across the hall from me.
right? You
There was this
cannot.
one time I was sorry, I gotta tell the story quick. There was
God
this one time
damn
it
it,
was
dude.
really
I
late
don't
at
want
night.
to fucking hear about your racist ass neighbor, dude.
All right, go on then.
But like I said, Morgan Wallen, he definitely deserved it. Next up, we have Global Country Artist Award, which went to Cameron Whitcomb. Um, I'm not sure who he is actually, but it does say that he competed on season 20 of the fucking TV show American Idol, which I can't fucking stand to watch. I actually cannot stand to watch these competition shows that involve singing for whatever reason. Even if whether it's American Idol or The Voice, I just can't fucking stand it. I can't. And then finally, we have the Live Music Advancement Award awarded to Shannon Saunders, known professionally as Iola, Iola. Uh,
Harriola.
I'm not sure who she is, but I guess it's well deserved too if you think about it. So, um, that's pretty much everything. What do you think?
I didn't know it was even legal to make country music outside of the US. I thought it had to be made in the US.
Here's the other thing too, dude. From what I've been seeing so far with all these award shows that we've done all year so far, this is the only award show that has fucking got it right.
Yep.
The only fucking award ceremony that actually got it right with choosing the right fucking people for certain fucking correct categories. And then when you get fucking shit like the Grammys did with Doechii and Beyonce, and then the fucking MTV VMAs, and then the American Music Awards, dude, there's no wonder why all these fucking music awards shows are screwed.
I didn't think the Americana Music Awards were that bad.
No, I did not say Americana. I said the American Music Awards.
Ah, okay.
The only other award show that actually did it correct, now that you tell me, that did it as correct as the Country Music Awards was the Americana Awards. They're the only ones that get it correct. They're the only ones that get it right. All right, anything else you want to say quick?
Subscribe to the Interbank Group. Subscribe to El Gallo Productions. Subscribe to that one other channel. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
TRRS Clips and Highlights. It's my new clips channel, so you can watch podcast clips. And let me tell you something, dude. I'm going to have some great clips from this fucking podcast.
Yep.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Subscribe to this channel, too. This channel is pretty cool as well.
Yep, exactly. Subscribe to the Roger Radio Show. What are your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, about the Country Music Awards if you watched them? Let us know in the comments below on who you think should have won, whose performance you like the most, and yeah, let's get a conversation going, ladies and gentlemen. And also, like I said, in addition to subscribe, hit the like button and hit the bell to be notified when we upload. It's usually every Saturday when I have the chance, unless if I'm too drunk and hungover to do shit. Like how I nearly missed our birthday special. Remember that? That was a fucking shit show all itself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And as always, until next time, ta-ta for now!
Peace.